Hi, welcome to 7 Report and my review of the Subtank Mini by Kangertech. Now, a couple of days ago, I reviewed the Kangertech Subtank Nano, and during that review I mentioned the Sub-Ohm War. Well, that was a reference to the battle between Kangertech and their new Subtank line, and Aspire with their Atlantis tank. Each line comes with a 0.5 ohm coil, giving tank vapors the opportunity to experience sub-ohm vaping without the need to rebuild coils or to take up dripping. But Kangertech has gone one better with their original Subtank and now the Subtank Mini. In addition to packaging these adjustable airflow tanks with both a 1.2 ohm and 0.5 ohm coil, Kanger has included a mini RBA base. Well, with that rebuildable atomizer, the Subtank Mini is truly a hybrid tank, giving vapors the ability to easily switch between the OCC, which stands for Organic Cotton Coil Head, and the RBA head. That's an option that is not available with the Subtank Nano or the Aspire Atlantis. The Mini is 510 threaded with a Pyrex tank and stainless steel base, removable drip tip, and it has a 4.5 mil e-juice capacity and a diameter of 22 millimeters. The organic cotton in the OCC heads and in the package that comes with the Mini for rebuilding is organic Japanese cotton. Let's flash back to our first look at the Mini for what's inside the box. Okay, I'm going to take a little closer look now at the Subtank Mini and everything that comes in the package. The back of this box gives you the entire list here. There's the one Subtank Mini, one OCC, the organic cotton coil, 0.5 ohm with a range of 15 to 30 watts. One 1.2 ohm OCC with a range of 12 to 25 watts, then two RBA 0.5 30 watt coils, and we'll take a look at all this stuff here in a minute. The Mini RBA base, an extra Pyrex glass tube, screwdriver, 2 screws, and the manual. All that included with the Subtank Mini. So let's get a little closer look at the tank itself here. Take that out of the box. And as with the Nano, if you can see that, Kangertech is engraved right into the tank. You can see the red O-rings, the airflow control. There's the 2 holes, which is about the intermediate setting. See if I can get this to turn. 1 hole, which is the lower setting, then it goes all the way closed and then wide open, and it does click on each different setting so you know when you've got it where it's supposed to be. Again, it comes with the 0.5 ohm coil already installed. Let's see what's in the rest of this box. Give you a little closer look. The authentication card, the manual. Now the manual on the Mini, a little different than what it was on the Nano, and that's because you've got the whole RBA issue to deal with. So it goes through a few pages on how to take the RBA apart and put it back together, and then just the tips on filling the e-juice and replacing the coils. And again, the warning: do not dry burn these coils because that organic cotton will just burn right up if you do. Now here's some extra cotton for the RBA. It's the Japanese organic cotton. And then also in here you've got the screwdriver, a couple of extra screws, and some extra O-rings. Your extra Pyrex tank. And then if I can get these out of here, there we go. That's the 1.2 ohm coil. I'll try and get it so you can see that It's etched right into the side of the coil, 1.2 ohms, and it gives you what the range is, suggested range is on that. Here is the RBA coil. Now today we're not going to mess with this RBA at all, or that might be a separate video altogether, how to do the RBA, because to be honest with you, I have never built any coils, so this is going to be a real introduction for me. Now as you can see, that that look at what's in the box, the battery on the Dubpo EMEC went out, so I'm taking advantage of its pass-through capability, charging it while we're vaping it. Now as far as performance for the Kangertech Subtank Mini, Kanger packages the tank with the 0.5 ohm OCC installed in the tank. I suppose that's kind of their way of putting this hybrid tank's best foot forward. The 0.5 ohm coil produces massive amounts of vapor. It's rated for a range of 15 to 30 watts. Now even the 1.2 ohm coil produces an amazing amount of vapor with a rating of 12 to 25 watts. And the 0.5 ohm RBA coil is rated at 30 watts. But as you get into rebuilding your own coils, you'll discover the freedom to customize your experience even further by wrapping coils to different ohms ratings. Now the organic Japanese cotton further enhances the performance of the Subtank Mini. It provides not only lots of vapor, but pure flavor too, as the cotton doesn't get in the way of the taste of your e-juice. As far as features go, I'm not sure how many more features Kanger could have packed into the Subtank Mini, short of supplying more than one each of the 0.5 ohm and 1.2 ohm OCC heads. The Mini RBA makes this tank truly versatile, providing a great introduction to rebuilding for tank vapors. And then there is that enhanced adjustable airflow system that allows you to further customize your vaping experience. The airflow system has 4 settings: fully closed, 1 air opening, 2 air openings, and then fully open. And an additional feature that I really appreciate is that Kanger has etched the ohm rating and suggested wattage range into each OCC head, so you always know which coil you're using. Kanger's built a really solid, dependable tank here with the Subtank Mini. From its strengthened Pyrex glass tube to the stainless steel components and the easy-to-adjust airflow system. When you twist that airflow ring, there's an audible click when you hit each setting, and you can feel that click as well as hear it. Now it's the quality of the OCC heads that really makes the Subtank Mini a standout. With the limited amount of time I've spent with this tank, the OCC heads have performed amazingly, and the organic cotton combined with the low resistance of the coils produces loads of warm, tasty vapor. There are 2 things you need to be aware of before you purchase a Subtank Mini. Neither's a negative, but if you don't know about them ahead of time, you might be somewhat disappointed. Now the first heads up is that not every mod is going to be capable of firing the Subtank Mini, even with the 1.2 ohm OCC installed. Now I most often use an E-Leaf iStick, and that'll fire the 1.2 ohm OCC, but since the iStick maxes out at 20 watts and the 1.2 ohm coil is rated up to 25 watts, I'm not going to be able to push the coil as far as it can go with the iStick. And the iStick won't fire the 0.5 ohm coil at all. To use the 0.5 ohm coil, I had to borrow the Dubpo mech from my wife, which has an upper end output of 30 watts, right at the limit of the 0.5 ohm OCC and the Mini RBA coil. Now the other thing you need to be aware of is that the organic Japanese cotton cannot be dry fired. Doing so will burn that cotton right up, spoiling your OCC or causing you to have to do another rebuild on the RBA. Kanger suggests that you place a few drops of e-juice directly on the cotton of whichever coil you're using before you vape to ensure that you're not going to burn it up. And that cotton, it seems to hold on to the flavor of an e-juice a little longer than other coils, when you're changing flavors. Now I found that dripping a couple of drops into the new e-juice directly onto the coil really helps that out a little bit. Now I think the Kangertech Subtank Mini is really a pretty good looking tank. Lots of stainless steel and Pyrex. Now the square shape of the OCC head clearly visible through that Pyrex, and the red O-rings provide a nice contrast. Now Kangertech recently announced that they're going to be selling different colored O-rings so you can personalize the look of your Subtank Mini. And that drip tip with its extra wide bore enhances the look and the amount of vapor you can pull through the tank. Now to price and value. When Kangertech sent me the Subtank Mini for this review, it wasn't available at retail. And in the last couple of days, I've started to see them in a few local vape shops and online. The Kangertech website has the Mini listed at $49.90. One of our partner online suppliers, American E-Liquid Store, recently got a shipment in, and they have them listed at $39.99, which makes them eligible for free shipping. One of the things you have to consider when purchasing a new tank, the cost of the coils. Kangertech says the OCC heads are durable, but they don't say how long they're supposed to last. Well, between my wife and myself, we've been vaping on one of the 0.5 ohm and 1.2 ohm OCC heads for well over a week, no signs of wear. And American E-Liquid Store has the replacement OCC 5 packs listed at $14.99. That works out to about $3 a coil. It's a little more than some other coils, but given the performance of the OCC heads and the fact that I haven't had to change one yet, well, that's a price I'm willing to pay. With all the features, options for personalizing, and the inclusion of the RBA head, the Subtank Mini is a tremendous value. Now, if you have no interest in rebuilding, you can get the same OCC head performance for a few dollars less with the Subtank Nano, which does not include the RBA head. Kangertech has really solidified its already strong reputation as a premier tank maker with the Subtank Mini and the whole Subtank line. I do not hesitate to recommend the Subtank Mini to any vapor of intermediate or above experience, especially those who have been considering rebuilding. For new vapors, the Subtank line might be a little more than you need, but hey, if you're ready to take your vaping experience to the next level, go ahead and give one of them a try. Just remember, you'll need a mod that's capable of firing at least the 1.2 ohm OCC, but hey, why not go ahead and pick up a new 30+ watt mod when you get the Subtank Mini? You can never have too much vape gear. Now, I tested the Subtank Mini on the Delpo eMech and the eLeaf iStick with a variety of juices. Got the purest flavor I've experienced out of all of them. Kangertech provided the Subtank Mini for the purpose of this review. Now, we will have links to American E-Liquid Store where you can purchase the Subtank Mini, the Subtank Nano, and the extra OCC coils as well at the bottom of this video and at the bottom of the article on our website, 7report.com. You do have to spell out the word 7. Thanks so much for stopping by 7 Report today. I hope that you'll subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out the rest of our website for other hardware and e-juice reviews and other fun stuff. Keep coming back. We update it all the time. And embrace the vape.